He was once a top agent, but on his way home from work, he was provoked by a group of punks for no reason. Worried about revealing his identity, he chose to endure, but what he got in return was doubled humiliation. The punk not only deliberately hit him with his car, but also wrongfully demanded that he kneel down and apologize. He glanced at the surveillance cameras nearby, but still suppressed his anger. Yet the punk continued to harass him, pulling at his collar and humiliating him further. He looked up at the cameras again. Oh! In the end, he desperately restrained his inner fury.
제가 사과드리겠습니다. 사과줄게. 이걸로 퉁치자.
It was only after the punk left that Minister Jin finally breathed a sigh of relief. He could not leave any unusual traces under the surveillance of the whole city. With the slightest misstep, his quiet life in hiding would come to an end. He was originally a defector from North Korea, later recruited by the South Korean intelligence agency. He had been a double agent 5 times, carried out 17 secret missions infiltrating North Korea, and even led an assassination operation against the supreme leader of North Korea. After that, he took the commander hostage to force his retirement. Multiple countries were tracking him, and if they found out he was still alive, it would lead to a tragedy that could spark a diplomatic crisis. Now he showed not a shred of an agent's sharpness. Living under a false identity, he worked as an ordinary minister at a bank. His wife had passed away years ago, and his daughter Minji, who was in her 2nd year of high school, was his whole world. But despite his daily care for her, he gradually became estranged from his teenage daughter. To bridge the gap, he spent a lot of money, with help from a female colleague, to buy a trendy t-shirt for young people. But when he got home, he found his daughter was gloomy.
아빠랑 내가 같이 스파이스봐. 아저씨 냄새 난다 뭐하지?
Minister Jin thought this was just his daughter's typical disdain for him, but he didn't realize she was being bullied because of it. A bully named Huey Lee often picked on her.
글쎄, 네 꼬라지를 보니까 그냥 불쌍하네.
Before gym class, Huey Lee even deliberately threw her sportswear into the trash can. A boy named Kim Nam-hoon couldn't bear to watch, and lent her his sports jacket. Then Minji hurried off to class.
김남무? 나원이가 바지는 안 빌려줬어?
This scene made Huey feel upset, as Nam-hoon was the boy she liked. At that moment, she was already plotting her revenge against Minji. But at this time, Minister Jin had no idea that his daughter was about to face trouble. He was having dinner with 2 old friends, all of whom were once allies who risked their lives together. Now they were living under false identities, living ordinary lives. To be cautious, the 3 only met once a year, but just as they were enjoying their conversation, the punk who had provoked Minister Jin that night reappeared. Upon entering, he started causing trouble again, simply because the owner told him he couldn't smoke in the restaurant. He began to throw a tantrum without restraint.
왜? 나 테라스 아니다. 왜 꺼내네? 아니 여기 다른 손님들도 계시고. 다른 뭐? 누구?
The punk's gaze happened to meet Minister Jin's. Still, Minister Jin chose to turn away, but his old friend Jin Jiok stood his ground, staring intently at the punk.
콜람 보글보글 한다.